Should be audible.
Yeah. Let's start. Okay. Now, then the question is, okay,
Thank you.
I'm sold. I want to get it. How do I get it? Is the question. Yeah.
But it's a question before this in the verse itself, it says, yeah,
Tuchya buddhya.
same as
That objective. Yeah. To see translation is insignificance. It's not insignificant. It cannot give me the fulfillment I seek. In that sense, insignificant. Tuchya buddhi meaning it's like money. Money is what money does. You need money for everything in life. Can it give you the fulfillment? No. Can it make you happy? No. Can it buy you comforts? Definitely. Can it help you achieve things you want to do? Definitely. But is it going to give you the fulfillment? No. So only that, a great sense of objectivity is brought into the life. That's why I'm saying relationships. Where is it going? Your physical and emotional intimacy. What more can you have from a relationship? You have companionship. I'm just talking because my head is getting cut off. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, now it's fine. Both. So objectivity with that. A great sense of objectivity. That's what Vairagya really is. Vairagya people translate as a dispassion and things like that and present it as though you have nothing to do with the world. That's not true. That's not true. Like Gandhiji presented an image of a poor man. And he himself said, I know how much my friends are spending to keep me poor. He's traveling by ship to London, to UK from India. Those days, ship. He's in his loincloth, that half dhoti that he wears. Come on here. Wear some warm clothes, wear a jacket, wear this. Now the whole room has to be heated up. That's more expensive than wearing a jacket. So money helped him present an image of poverty, actually. It is an image. All said and done, he's a political leader. So that image became important. Yeah. True. So money can do all these things. But can it give you the fulfillment that you want? No. Of course, if you're choosing to be comfortably unhappy or uncomfortably unhappy, better be comfortably happy. Comfortably unhappy is better than uncomfortably unhappy. At least you're comfortable. Yeah. But what you're looking for is to be fulfilled in happiness. Yeah. So, okay, a little bit of objectivity with respect to money. It can give you a means. It can also give you it can also be a bondage. Like there was this young man. I had not yet become a teacher at that time. In one of the industrial houses in South India. And we had just set up. No, we had not yet set up the Coimbatore ashram. It was before that. Yeah. This young man wanted to study full time with Swamiji. Like us, we are studying full time, he also. So his aunt came to me and said, I want you to help him understand that he cannot do it. I said, now there's a difficult job you're asking because I'm doing it and you're asking me to help. Because his aunt knew me very well. And she's a great support for Puja Swamiji. They donated the whole land for the ashram and things like that. So then she said, see, if this young man walks out and to study, his father is no more. He's running the industry there. It'll close down. He said, I can understand that. Now for him, his money is a bondage. So I spoke to him. I said, Swamiji, what are you saying? I will. I said, see, right now, you're looking at money as a bondage. The same money can help you. Yes. He said, how? I said, simple. You're the big boss. We are building up this ashram in Coimbatore. You are in Coimbatore. You fix up your working hours. You're the big boss and the owner, the CEO, everything. You come for Swamiji's classes, go back to your work. Evening again, come back, go back. You have a car and driver, it's only half an hour drive. So use your money to free you instead of money being bondage right now. If you want to be a full-time seeker, it's a bondage. If you want to be part-time, so practically every course that Swamiji conducted, he used to attend. So now the same money helped him be free from that. No? It's a question of how you use it. You have to be creative enough to use it to help you, not to enslave you. Yeah. In olden days, it was, yeah, clear, the black and white, Now we are living in an unstructured society. You can use it in 100 different ways to free you, to enslave you. No, you choice. Yeah. It's a good servant, but a poor master. It's a good servant, but a poor master. Don't make money your master. Use it. And that's why we treat money with respect. Lakshmi. Every Diwali we do a Kubera Lakshmi Puja, no? Because we recognize the value of money. But we also recognize the limitations of it. I mean, many have father, Indian fathers especially, they're working hard for their children's future. All this beta I'm doing for you. Yeah, but I want daddy. You can't spend some time with me. Nothing can replace that. The millions you leave behind for him cannot replace the time that you spent with him as a child. That nurturance he received, the unconditional love that he receives. That's what helps him grow. Money can't replace that. Yeah, but you can also educate the child in terms of money. That's structuring. That's a very positive thing. Very positive. In fact, Indian parents put a value of money into kids by saying this is not there, that is not there. But they don't show the kids how to make that money. That's important thing itself. How to manage money. That's important. How to manage resources. How to create resources. I mean, sadhus do this all the time. We have nothing, but we build up institutions. Someone or the other gives. Yeah. So there is a methodology. Whereas it is not an exchange for the knowledge. Knowledge is given free. People give money or don't, knowledge flows. That is fine. Yeah. So it all works well in the long run. That's why you have to use that. Tuchya buddhi is that. Recognizing, hey, for fulfillment, it can't do anything. For my comforts and getting things done in the world, yep, can do a lot of. Yeah. Like this industrialist who's supporting me. We are having a camp in Lonavala. Small place, nice, decent, good food, excellent, everything. Now his home is better than a 5-star hotel. Okay. So I told him, see, you may not be comfortable in an ordinary room. They have one suite. Please book it straight away. Give them the reference that you're coming for my camp and book it straight away. Now you'll be comfortable. The money can help him do that. But I also made him step out of his comfort zone. Came to the Coimbatore ashram for a camp. And those of you who've been to the Coimbatore ashram will know what it is. Old house buildings, no shower. Forget hand shower, there's no shower. It's a bucket bath. Made him step out of his comfort zone. Swamiji, I'm glad I could do this. Then first night when he went back home, he's not getting sleep. So his daughter was teasing him. Maybe you should make your own bed, then you'll get better sleep. Because ashram is to do that. So for him, the ashram life is big stepping out of comfort zone. Because he's used to that comfort. Yeah. But yeah, he's using his money enough to get his freedom. He could have seen it as a bondage. He doesn't. He is smart about it. Be smart. Every resource, everything that you have, make it work for you, not the other way around. We learned, there's a term in India called householders. You're holding on to the house. The house is meant to give you comfort and joy. You're not holding on to it. Yeah. So you say, your house is in a great condition. But what about this house? What about this house? You're living in here all the time. So the importance should be this first, this second, house third. That's a good excuse for me to be what I am.
I can use that.
Any resource you use, make it work for you, not the other way around. You don't work for the resource. The resource works for you. Then you are fine. You're the master of the situation. Then, all right. How do I gain this knowledge now? I want to gain. Because as I said, this knowledge is peculiar. In the Gita is talked about as the biggest secret. Why? Now I am a seeker. I'm going about searching for the knowledge, searching for the truth. I get out of home, I do that, all that. Why? I'm a seeker for the truth. And what is the truth? The seeker himself. So it gives the ultimate meaning for chasing your own tail. What are you chasing yourself? And how will you know it? Somebody has to introduce you to yourself. Somebody has to introduce you to yourself. The one who does that is called a guru. Okay. So what am I doing? Introducing yourself to what you are. Though I may not know much of your lives at all. Your life, what is happening, I do not know. I meet you once a year, twice a year. But what you really are, that I know. So I can help you to introduce you to that. What's happening in your life, I may not know unless you come and tell me. Yeah. And I'm happy to know. I'm happy not to know also, both ways. But yeah. Like I met your daughter. I said, hey, great. Working for JP Morgan. I said, yeah, I remember another young girl who came to me like that. And now she's a great seeker, great student, young mother, right here. You know. So I'm seeing the second line coming. It's good. Gives you a good feeling to see that. Yeah. So you have to be introduced to yourself. Now, how do you do that? Here it is. Okay. The second verse says that. Dayalum Gurum Brahmanishtam Prashantam Samaradya Bhaktya Vicharya Swarupam Yadapnoti Tattvam Nididhasya Vidwan Parabrahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi. He says, well, there's something you can't do yourself. I may be a scholar. So why not I study the Upanishad? You study the Upanishad, the printed words. Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. What is Satyam? Either you'll take it as truth, or if you know Sanskrit, as what is existing. Everything is existing. Okay. Jnanam, knowledge. Yeah, I'm knowledge. Yeah. Anantam. But how is it limitless? Yeah, it's supposed to be. That's God. God's knowledge is. So you'll have a very, very rudimentary or even erroneous understanding. Now, Satyam Jnanam Anantam is defining you. How will you understand that? So somebody has to handle the words. Now, all you have to, in an introduction is words. No? But words are finite. The more you pile up adjectives, the more finite you make it. Right now. Silent. I am keeping quiet. Full of infinite possibilities. Then I use one word. One word. Pen. Now look at it. That one word has eliminated zillions of things. No? The sky and the moon and the stars and the earth and human beings. All that eliminated by using one word, pen. Then I use one more word, gel pen. All the fountain pen, ball pens, that all that goes out. Blue ink. It's more finite because red, blue, red, green, all that goes off. Uniball, one make. Uniball, yeah, uniball. So all the other pen makers go out. Then I give a location, the one in my hand. So from infinite possibilities, the more adjectives I used, the more finite I made it to one specific thing. Words do that. So how will the words reveal? Atma is infinite, divine, supreme bliss. You hear that half a dozen. Atma is infinite, divine. Correct. What is infinite? Everything you know is finite. What's divine? I heard about some divine biscuits. There was a brand. What is divine? I mean, it's a vague word. What is divine? Simply divine. I think there was a person called Simply Divine somewhere. Got into a big scandal. Someone got into a big scandal with it. What is divine? Bliss. Bliss is the most subjective word. Someone will say, typical Indian will say masala chai, blissful. Array, hot, nice, pleasant. Someone will say, what is that? Cooked tea. I'm a yogi, give me green tea. Yeah. Bliss is subjective. Yeah. Like this girl invited her friend home. And the guy comes, she gives him a nice drink. Nice. How is it blissful? Good. And he said, I've been making a painting for your birthday. I spent 6 months making it. So goes to the studio, unveils that painting. How is it? Blissful. And her face falls. Why? The cold drink that she took 2 minutes to make is blissful. And the painting that took her 6 months, both same adjective. This is called abuse of words. What is bliss? It's highly relative term, subjective. So you need somebody who can handle those finite words and reveal their infinite meaning. Technically, systematically, not by just an air. All of you have to know Brahman, that infinite, supreme being, that which is beyond the body and mind. What do you understand? Some hoo-ha I created. Vedanta teaching is not like that. It's very hardcore. Straight no-nonsense teaching. Okay? Your feet are firm on the ground. So that person, Dayalum Guru, he says, a compassionate teacher. Why compassionate? Samji, who am I? Limitless consciousness. You see so clearly. How come you don't understand? Get it? No. It's to be compassionate enough to understand. Somewhere Shankara in another book says, supposing somebody has been bitten by a real snake, compassion is easy, no? You'll do whatever is necessary, take him to the hospital, put a tourniquet, drain that, whatever you want to do. You'll do. Why? Because compassion is natural if the problem is like that. Here, he's coming and saying, I don't know myself. Yeah, you don't know yourself. I have problem of finitude, the samsara. That's like being bitten by the snake you saw on the rope. He stepped on a rope, he thought it was a snake and got a scratch, he thought he was bitten. You feel like laughing at him or treating him with compassion. If you're going to quieten him down, that takes more compassion than when you're dealing with the guy who was bitten by a snake. No? So, Dayalum Guru. In the vision of the Guru, you're already free, fulfilled beings here. Kya batana hai? What is there to teach? You're already a fulfilled being. Because he has the vision of the truth. Yeah. That is why it is said in the Gita, when Krishna started teaching, says, with a smile on his lips, he taught. Why? All pervading consciousness is coming and telling me, I'm a samsari, I'm not fulfilled. What a paradox is this? But life is paradoxical. There was a saint in India called Kabir. Many of the Indians know about Kabir. He used to say, Hai insan ke bhad bhakti. Look at the sad lot of the human being. Hey, andaz ke bahar is beyond all imagination. Why? You're the Lord yourself. Khud khuda hokar. And what do you take yourself? Banda nazar aate. I'm a beggar at Lord's temple gate. Now, don't blame the Lord if he doesn't answer your prayers. Okay. Yeah. Therefore, it requires a greater. That's why he says the word dayalu. All teachers don't look dayalu. Some will confront hard. Okay. But he gives this thing. What type of a guru? Brahmanishtam prashantam. Brahmanishtam. One who's rooted in this knowledge of Brahman. Rooted in that knowledge. Brahmanishtam. And prashantam himself. He walks the talk. Cool guy. He's not thrown off by things. If he's going to be agitated with everything, then what type of teacher is he? Brahmanishtam prashantam. Then samaradhya bhaktya. Approaching him with bhakti. The teacher. Why bhakti? In India, there is another such thing, Guru Govind samne khade. The guru and the teacher is standing in front of you. God and teacher is standing. Kaako lage pai. With whom will I salute first? Kar balihari Prabhu, Guru ko. Offer your salutation to the Guru. Why? Because he is the one who is introducing you to the Lord. He becomes a nimitta. So you salute the nimitta. That's why if you have a traditional puja or a havan, the first worship is to the Guru, then to Ganesha, then to the... So by saluting the Guru, you are saluting the whole parampara. Who was the first teacher? First teacher was Ishvara himself. The word was with God. The knowledge was with God. The source of this knowledge is the Lord himself. So saluting Guru is saluting the whole parampara. That's why you will welcome the teacher with, traditionally, with Purna Kumbha. So the Purna Kumbha, the people who are welcoming is doing the chant, but the Guru also chants. Why? He's saluting the whole parampara. Along with that, I am being welcomed. I am the latest. I may not be the greatest. Greatest was the author of this. Okay. I'm the latest author. I'm not the greatest. So you salute the parampara. That's it. Therefore, samara de bhaktya. Vicharya Swarupam. Do a vichara of your own true nature. Vichara means an inquiry. With his help, you do an inquiry of the true. Yad apnoti tattvam. Then that reality that you have understood, that you have gained, the knowledge of which you have gained from the teacher, nididhyasa vidwan, the vidwan, nididhyasa, having contemplated on it, Parabrahman nityam tadeva ahamasmi. That Parabrahman is myself. He will not explain what the Parabrahman is until later. But now he's giving you the methodology. How do you go about it? Okay. Yeah. Because the Vidwan there is applying to the student, okay? To the student. Why? Hey, everyone is a potential wise person. Everyone. When you start your study of Vedanta, you're a potential wise person. How long does it take? Some time. Yeah. So the methodology here, okay? Systematically when you're studying. Shravanam, listening. It's a way of listening that we'll see. Why? Because you're keeping your doubts, everything aside. You're listening to what is being said. So to understand what it is. Because your mind has to go along with the words. How is the truth pointed out? There are certain examples given. We are going walking, okay? And you see the crescent moon in the sky. Beautiful. Third day moon, you're supposed to see it. In Hindu tradition, the third day you're supposed, fourth day you're not supposed to see, but the third day you're supposed to see. It's religious traditions. Crescent moon, beautiful. Ah, how beautiful. Your friend is with you. What moon? There. I don't see it. So how will you show them? Do you see the tree there? Yep. But you're talking of the moon. Why are you talking about the tree? Come with me. So from the tree, you see the main trunk going up. Yeah. You see the branch, big branch forking to the right. Yeah, I see that. And then there's another small branch going upwards. Yeah. Just look above that. Oh, yeah. That means what? You let the mind go along with the teaching. There is no way you can't get it. But we are all we live in our head. Samjay, you're talking about the moon. Why are you talking about the tree? What type of tree is it? Is it a mango tree? An oak? Are you discussing the tree or the moon? Hey, I'm talking about the tree to show you the moon. So let your mind come with me. But we start discussing the tree. You see the moon first. Then if you have any questions, ask. That is called mananam, reflection. To reflect upon what you heard, because there will be doubts. Why? The teaching is completely opposite to every experience you have had. Your experience in life is one of finitude. Your experience in life one of duality. Your experience in life one of appearances. And here we are talking about the reality. Your experience in life is one of the role playing. Here we are talking about the one who's playing the role. So it's completely different. So it'll challenge every understanding of yours. And you can't put it in a corner because you have to understand it. Knowledge requires understanding. It is not faith. Teachers are not looking for followers. Followers are okay on Facebook or Instagram or something. Yeah. Like I was walking London station. Someone you just follow me, okay, to reach that. So I was joking on Facebook. So, yeah, you don't want followers. You want students who will understand things. Yeah. So that requires that you see this knowledge in the light of your experiences and put your experiences in the light of this knowledge. Yeah. Then you're fine. After that comes nididhyasana. Because what goes in through the ears, Swami Chinmayanji used to say that, what goes in through the ears has to sink into the heart. Otherwise, it'll leak through the mouth. You have to own it up, make it your own. Now, what is this making knowledge your own? I'll give my old story. It always works. There was this man born into a beggar family. He was living in the marketplace, begging for things, for food, this, that. And in India, as a beggar, you will survive well. Okay. You'll even become rich. I know one beggar who has got 2 flats in Bombay, Lamington Road. Yeah. He begs very, very well. Oh my God. He's very good, very skilled in his job. Yeah. So one of the porters in the train told me, he's a very rich man. So once I followed him, I'm a strange guy, I do all sorts of odd things. When people tell me things, I always check up information. So I followed him and see. I saw him going to the building. So I walked up to the guard there and said, who's this guy who just went up? Oh, Babaji, he has got 2 flats in this building and this is. Oh, that is true. So in Bombay, you can make a decent living out of begging. These are exceptions, of course, exceptionally. Yeah. So this man, all his life he has been begging. 30-year-old. Then one day he won the Diwali bumper lottery. Your lotteries in UK also, isn't it? Lotteries. In fact, UK lottery set up, took over the railways, no? Okay. Yeah. So won a lottery. Diwali bumper. Even after taxes, etc., I got a few crores. So new house, new clothes, new car, new wife. Sorry, same wife, but now married. You become wife. It was just, I was just living together. No, because middle class respectability. And new rich, gold rings, golden watch, all that. And he goes to the marketplace. Now, he wants to show, hey, now I'm no more a beggar, okay? All your characters used to abuse me and things like that. Used to give me also things, but used to abuse me also. Now I want to see. मैं सांप बन गया, as they say in Hindi. I become a respectable. And that day happened to be in the local temple there, some festival. So they're distributing some sweets. A lifetime, 30 years of begging. Lifetime habit. And that guy put the sweet meat and then looked at him. Why? Gold rings, gold watch, great dress. My God, in his eyes, he saw what he's doing. Oh my God, very embarrassed. That is a picture of the samsari. Feel so miserable. Now, what to do? I mean, why did that happen? He knows he's a rich man, but that knowledge has not yet sunk into his life. Old habits, old beggarliness comes back. And he asks for it. Same thing happens to all of us. Yeah. I know I'm Satya Jnana Anantam Brahman. I'll give a talk on it also. Fine. But when life challenges me, what happened to the knowledge? Swamiji, that's okay. In fact, one of the UK students came. Swamiji, I was diagnosed with cancer and I don't know what happened to the knowledge. I was scared for my life. I said, you're human. You require to integrate this knowledge. That's all. It's not that you don't know. But it takes time. Yeah, it takes time. This is done by Nididhyasana. So what is Nididhyasana? Contemplation. Now in meditation, all of you must have heard about quietening the mind. Not enough. Quietening the mind is the beginning. After that, in that quiet mind, you bring the essence of this knowledge. Limitlessness. What does it mean? I am limitless. We will do it here so that you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay? When you bring that knowledge, you soak the mind in that knowledge. That's why you see all neo-rich people will have to have a display of wealth. It is not just about having an elegant home. It's about displaying wealth. Why? They have to feel rich. Once they feel rich, all the designer bags, etc., vanish. Gusi, made in Dharavi in Bombay, okay? And stamped. I know, I visited those factories. It's a slum in Bombay. It's made there, and they're putting the stamp. Kolhapuri slippers. It's only 1,200 pounds. 1,200 pounds? I'll get you for 500 rupees in Chambur. 500, same thing, 500 rupees. That is what, 2 pounds, 3 pounds? Yeah, 3 pounds, you'll get it. All that disappears because why now I am comfortable with marriages. Same way. A beginning wise person, you have to sort of contemplate this, that, etc. You'll even tend to talk about it, and after that, it's light on your shoulders. Why? You're living like a normal human being after that. Why? It's part of you know what it is. So in one of the books, the student asks the teacher, after knowing the truth, what do I do? The teacher looks at him and says, live like all the other idiots around in the society. A normal guy. Murkavat acharya. So it is that nididhyasana, if you need, it owns it up. The knowledge you get in Shravanam, be very clear about this. Knowledge you get in Shravanam, Mananam is a process of handling the doubts, either by yourself in your own thinking, with the help of other students, with the help of a teacher, whatever. Mananam. Nididhyasana is quietly owning up the knowledge for yourself. So as sadhus in Rishikesh, we don't do too much of Nididhyasana. Surprising, no? Why? Whole day we are attending classes. Morning first class, I remember my one of my teachers I studied from, Harihara Tirtha. And first class at 6 o'clock. How long did the class go? Brahma Sutras, Upanishad, it comes lower, up to 11 o'clock. And there are people who sit for all the whole. Meaning 6 to 11, they're sadhus, monks. What do you have to do? So 11 o'clock, they'll go for Bhiksha. 3 o'clock, you come back 3 to 5 again. 7 hours a day, you're just listening. What do you need meditation for? In fact, somebody asked this man, Tirthaji, so how many hours do you meditate every day? He smiled at that lady and said, Betty, why are you putting this disturbance called meditation into my mind? And he laughed. In the laughter was the whole answer.
Swamiji, to soak in the knowledge, is Shravanam better than Nididhyasanam?
Shravanam is the main thing because the knowledge you get there. Nididhyasanam is only about owning it. And how much Nididhyasanam you need depends upon your integrity. Integrity means how much you are living by what you know. Like we studied about hygiene in school. School onwards, we have been studying. But street food becomes a big thing. No? Okay, in UK, it may be, I'm not sure, may be better. But in India, street food is always a problem. But we eat. Why? Are you living by your knowledge? No. Smoking is cancerous, etc. But people do it. So what is integrity? He was smoking because he didn't know the problems of smoking. The moment he discovered it, threw away the cigarette, threw away the packet, threw away the lighter, everything. If you are capable of that, then you don't need Nididhyasana. Why? You're a person of integrity. You know it'll flow through. But not one of us are like that. Correct? I was not like that, honestly. So we all require some meditation, etc. in our lives. Contemplation, especially. And contemplation can be done anywhere. In the beginning, you have to sit down, quieten your mind, all that thing. Otherwise, after that, you can do it on a train. You can do it on the tube. Yeah. You can do it in a car. Because it doesn't matter. Here, na. Contemplation is here. Not the outside. There's a racket. So there'll be racket outside. Here it's all peace. Remember where Krishna taught Arjuna this knowledge? Battlefield. The trumpets, all the whole martial music is on. Bugles and trumpets and everything. Neighing horses, trumpeting elephants. All that. But both of them found the peace too. When I was young, I didn't bother where it was taught. Maybe a story, maybe it doesn't matter, right? The content is important. Then once, I was in the ashram and Swamiji said, go get this work done in town and come back. Go home because your parents are not very happy with the fact you walked out of home so early. Spend the night at home. Come back in the morning in time for my meditation class. I said, okay, Swami, done. So I went to town and I was going to come back. I was thinking, should I take a bus back? Should I take a train? Train will be crowded now. So I see this young friend of mine, younger than me by a few years, a charming young girl, saying, so nice meeting you here. Come, I'm taking this bus. I said, okay, get some company. He's a very keen student. Okay. I'm not mentioning them. She'll take sannyasa this Shivratri. Okay. So we got, and in buses are similar like what you have here. So the right to the front, there is a seat on the top. You're not disturbed there. So we went and sat down there. And she said, I missed so many of Swamiji's lectures. Please give me a summary of what's happening. I said, okay, sir. So the whole journey, I was explaining what is happening. She was asking something. So by the time we are about 15 minutes short of the place where we had to get off, a young man from behind taps. No, not a young man, middle-aged man taps. He said, Swamiji, you answered one of my questions today. I said, you're also a student of Vedanta? Nice. Bus you meeting is another student of Vedanta. He says, no, I only heard the story of the Gita. I heard Krishna taught on the battlefield. I was always wondering whether it's true or not. But if a young man, that time I was young, if a young man can explain Vedanta to a young girl on a Bombay bus, then those people could have done it. I said, correct, possible. It's possible. I don't know, I will become the proof for him. Possible, yeah. I said, yeah, that's true. You opened my eyes to it also. I didn't bother about the question, but possible. So what I'm saying is that meditation, I told the story, because that contemplation can be done anywhere. Yeah. There is one very popular teacher in India who talks about the experience that he had on Chamundi Hills. I got it in a 2-tier compartment in an Indian train. 3-tier sleeper. Same experience. You can get anywhere. What's the problem? There's no issue. But Nididhyasana is necessary only because of the lack of integrity in our minds. Our emotions and knowledge is not always in harmony. The more harmony you are, the less you will need it. So, lot of the preparation there. For example, the whole of yoga. What is it? Chitta vritti nirodha, mastery of the mind. It's all about this, getting that in harmony. So your thought, word, deed is all in harmony. There's integrity. If that is there, you will require very little meditation. If that is not there, you will require more meditation. Most of us require some decent amount. Okay, from my experience, from a teacher's generation to my juniors, okay, all of them, to my batch and my juniors, I've seen all of them. Most of us require some. So, but the Nididhyasana is owning up the knowledge. No new knowledge takes place in Nididhyasana. Okay, I have to clarify that also, because Buddha, for example, is presented as getting under the Bodhi tree. And I see when people go to Bodh Gaya, everyone wants to sit down and meditate under that, as though the tree gave the knowledge. And that tree, the original tree, is dead and gone. Okay, these are all planted after that. Anyway, because who was Buddha's teacher, nobody knows. It's something like this. Nobody wanted Prince Siddhartha as a student full time in his ashram. Why? He'll become a media circus now. Tomorrow, let us say the Prime Minister Modi, he was my teacher's devotee. Here, his time is over. He says, enough. Now I'll go back to being a spiritual student. What I wanted years back, and Swamiji told me, no, enter politics, you will be a great service to the nation. He said that. So now I'll go back. I'm 75 plus, now go back. And he tells me, I'm going to come and stay in your ashram. What will I tell him? Swamiji, Modi ji, I have great regard for you, but please don't. Why? The ashram will not be left alone, it will become a media circus. I'll say, I will connect you on Zoom. Please listen. And I will come and spend some time with you every year to clarify whatever you want. If you come here, it's a mess. So Prince Siddhartha was the same problem. A prince walking out. It becomes. So he would go study from some sadhus, go back, sit down and contemplate on what he heard. Come again, go back. Come again. This is what his life was from different teachers. And it all clicked in place one fine day. So he didn't have one single teacher. That's all it means. He had many teachers. Okay, if you look at his life and this, many teachers, not one. It clicked for him. It clicked, that matters, because sometimes knowledge is immediate. Sometimes knowledge takes time. How is that? I was invited for dinner. Big thing, big gathering. So when I go for it, I go like this. So people will say, Swamiji, tell us something spiritual. He has a spirit in his hand and he wants me to tell him something. I'll say, what is that? This is the best spirituality you can have right now. Bend your elbow. I mean, what else am I going to tell him in that situation? So I'll tell a few jokes, I'll tell a few stories, make it like. And so Swamiji is a great person, very normal, he accepts all of it. Yeah, that's good. I do. Which is true. I accept everyone. I mean, if he wants to drink, that is his issue. It's mine. I'll nurse a soft drink and go on. I will not take a pina colada. I'll take a virgin pina colada. So I'm comfortable anywhere, so it's fine. So I crack jokes, etc. So at the end of the thing, a friend of mine, in India, we have a lot of Sardarjis, those people who wear this turbans and everything, and big beard and everything. Those stuff. Said, Swamiji, how are you going home? I have to pass your place to go home. I'll drop you. I said, thank you. Never refuse, never say no to a good offer. He's going home. It's on the way. Fine. Thank you. So he's sitting quietly in the car, he's driving. Suddenly he starts laughing. Hey, Munde, what happened? I've not cracked a joke now. Samji, when you cracked that joke, no, I was distracted. I said, I know you're talking to a pretty girl. Naturally, my joke or a pretty girl. Is there a question about it? Come on. But it clicked now. Now I understood it. That's why I'm laughing. What does that mean? It clicked. Huh? You're a little bit like a tube light. That takes a second to come off. That's okay, but it clicked. Because he didn't have systematic teaching from one person at a time from beginning to end. He was listening. It had to click. So knowledge can take place as the teaching happens, or it can click later in meditation. So all those people who say it worked in meditation, it means it clicked there. That's all. Because there's this big myth that meditation creates that knowledge. That's not true. Yeah. The traditional stand where we all have gone through, it is that knowledge is gained when you're listening to the unfoldment, and it clicks if you want in meditation, or you own it up in meditation. You make it your own. And that part is important. Otherwise, it's not your own. You're fine until something strikes, and then everything evaporates. Everything evaporates. So to make it your own, it's a very important thing. So to spend some time. Another example that is given, all Indians will know it. There is a typical sweet called Roshagulla in India. Okay. It's a ball made of cottage cheese and it's immersed in sugar syrup. Immersed for hours when it is hot. It's a healthy sweet because it's all cottage cheese and sugar. But you immerse it, yeah, you immerse it in the sugar syrup. Why? Because now you're diet conscious. You don't want too much of sugar. So you'll take one, squeeze it. All the sugar syrup flows out. And you eat it. It is still sweet. It is not syrupy, but it is sweet. Same way in life. Let this immerse yourself in this knowledge so that when life's challenges wring you out, squeeze you, you're still ananda. You're still fine. Life challenges will squeeze you. Just because you're a wise person, do you mean you don't get challenges in life? Of course you get.
More, I think.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
more children.
Yeah. So be the Rasagulla. So meditation is by Rasagulla, immersing. Spending time in an ashram is that immersive experience. A camp like this is a mini immersion because whole day you're going to be immersed in this knowledge. So that immersion works for this. The knowledge permeates your being. So then everything's fine. One fine day you'll look back and say, how is it? Yeah, everything is fine. No problems. Are you a fulfilled being? Yeah. But things are not going well in your life. Yeah. Job market is miserable. And how are you? Fine. That is the thing. Yeah. Like Buddha declared, the flowers are showered for Ananda. Ananda is one of his, and all the students walked up to him. Why? One of us becoming a wise person. Ananda, now that you're an enlightened being, how do you find the world? He looks around. As miserable as ever. But I'm Ananda. So Ananda can go through a miserable experience. Ananda can go through a joyful experience because you're Ananda. What's the problem? Ananda can go through a nice 5-star experience. Or Ananda can go through a miserable experience of staying in a tent and things like that. Miserable? No, that's fun. When I go trekking, I stay in tent. That's great fun. What fun? Feet are blistered. Shoulders are aching with carrying all that load. The food at home you'll not even look at. But you come back and say, Great fun. What great fun? Because joy does not depend upon the external circumstances. It's an inside job. It's what you are. Beginning, you'll say it's an inside job. Then later on, discover you are that Ananda. So that is the whole purpose of this love. So Shravanam from the Guru, Mananam with or without the Guru, Nididhyasanam on your own. There also you learn and you do. This is what makes the knowledge complete. So he's giving you the methodology for making the knowledge complete. Okay. Dayalam Brahmam. Okay. And Parabrahma Nityam Tadeva Aham Asmi. That is what I am. Okay, maybe a little bit I can go into this knowledge also because we are talking about the knowledge. What time is the break? 12:30, right? So a little bit. I came to this fact about me being the one who's aware of everything, right? So I am that sentient being, conscious being. I'm aware of my body, mind, etc. And whole world I'm aware of. Body, mind, knowledge, ignorance, everything. I'm the one who's aware of all. There is a word for the state of being, okay, what you are, in Sanskrit, called the Sakshi or the witness. The name for it, Sakshi, witness, centered. In martial arts, etc., samurai training, that centered person, okay, Sakshi. I'm functioning from that center. To function from that center will take a lot of meditative exercise, etc. Not necessary for a student of Vedanta. If you want to be a samurai warrior or a Vajramushti warrior in India, you need to do all that. But if you don't want to do that, the understanding is enough. Some amount of being able to withdraw into that stillness of your being. When there's a mess around, can you withdraw into the stillness and say, okay, now from this stillness, I look at what is there to be done and do. That much is good enough. Okay. This is the height of Chitta Vritti, Nirodha, height of that mastery in yoga. All right, fine. Then what? Now, this person is presented as Brahman. Okay. Brahman means Jagat Karanam, the one that's the cause of the whole universe. Ishvara, in other words, the Lord, in other words. So, what is that? Okay. If I am aware of everything, look at it. When I talk, I'm a talker. When I cook, I'm a cooker. Sorry, cook. Cooker is a When I walk, I'm a walker. Unless you're the phantom, then your walker is your surname. Correct? This is what you are. So when I'm aware of everything, I'm awarer. But you're awarer all the time. Okay. Walker and cooker can replace each other. No? Walker and cook can replaceable. One is there, other may not be there. But when you cook, you're the wearer. When you walk, you're the wearer. When you talk, you better be the wearer, otherwise you won't know what you're talking about. Okay, babbling something. Sometimes students in my class think, why is he digressing so much? Then they realize, okay, this is the point he was making. So I am the one who's aware of everything. But awarer I am, it's a statement made with respect to an object of awareness, isn't it? With respect to what I'm aware of, I'm awarer. With respect to yourself, the abstract form, pure awareness, objectless awareness. Nirgunam Brahma. Objectless awareness, objectless consciousness, if you want to use another term. This is what you are. All right?
Can we explain
But
that again?
there's one awarer here, there's one awarer, there are so many awarers. Isn't that still limited?
Yeah.
Let us look whether this I awareness is limited by anything. The one absolute level of limitation is time and space, isn't it? Time and space limits everything, though. So let us look at this thing called time and see whether time can limit me, the consciousness. For that, I have to look at what is time. Okay. Let's use scientific definitions for a change. In science, time is described as a gap between two events. Agrarian society, sunrise, sunset time. But they needed something more. So they put noon, midday. They needed further more. So they said, traditionally in India, yamam. One yamam was 3 hours. Then they further split it out. One muhurta, which is close to 1 hour, plus 58 minutes, something it comes to. So like that, you kept dividing time. But why? Because you needed more precise units of time for finer and finer definition. Finally, if you're wearing a quartz watch, 20,000 pulses per second. High degree of accuracy. But you still have to set it. How do you set it? What is the exact time? I don't know. No, somebody on my phone, I get the exact time. Because when I come to UK, I turn it on and yeah, but there's the time they have in Vodafone. A little bit forward, backward can happen. You never know exactly. Anyway, time. Gap between two events. So the event here is the pulse of a quartz. Other event was sunrise, sunset. But they're all measurements of time. Again, by science. There is no event without an observer. That's that famous question. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody was there to see it, has the tree fallen? You can think about it at home. Don't think here. No event without an observer, because how can you say something happened unless somebody was there to see it? So 2 events means 2 observations. 2 events means 2 observations. 2 observation is what? 2 thoughts in the mind, 2 perceptions. 2 thoughts in the mind of the observer. So that means what? 1 thought, second thought. However fast it comes. That's what we call time. And where do the thoughts come? In my mind. Where is the mind? In me, the consciousness. The thoughts come in consciousness, it's a wave in consciousness. Comes up, goes down. So, what is this thing that we call time? Gap between thoughts in consciousness. So, the one thing that I observe, can it affect me? Time affects my body. Does it really affect your mind? Is there an old mind? No. There can be a tired mind. There can be an unenthusiastic mind. There's a mind that says, no, enough, I've done everything. But there's no old mind. We say, oh, he's an old soul. That's an expression. There's no old mind. Mind doesn't age. If mind doesn't age, you think I, the consciousness, aging? I'm objectifying time. Time is rising in me and I'm observing the whole thing. The whole thing is observed by me. So time doesn't affect I am not limited by time. I am limitless in terms of time. That means what? As I, the consciousness, I was there at the beginning of creation. I'll be there at the end of creation. As me, this body, I have a horoscope. I'm born at this time, etc., etc. It's a horoscope. But hey, I, the consciousness, not affected by it. I, the body, of course, meant to be, you know. Yeah. In the armed forces, we have a joke. You know, in a difficult situation, war situation, naturally everyone is a bit scared. Then the Macbeth humor will come up. Huh? What are you sitting down scared for? Come on, get up and let us move. Firing. Firing is going on. So, you want to live forever? Living forever is no big deal, okay? It's a pain, actually. It's a curse. It's a curse. Why? You'll bury your friends, you'll bury your lovers, you'll bury your children? Oh my God, no, I don't want to be that. Yeah. So living on is not a curse. Body better quit. Yeah. But as I, the consciousness, I am not conditioned by time. If I'm not conditioned by time, I'm not conditioned by space itself also. Because time, space is a continuum. Thanks to Stephen Hawking. It's easy to make that statement. I'll have to prove that, which we can dialectically do. There's a good book called A Brief History of Time. If you don't have a background in science, you may not proceed beyond the second chapter, but that's okay. Even if you read that much, you will understand the time-space continuum. That you will understand. That's good enough. For Vedanta, that's good enough. That much is enough. Yeah, read that book. It's good. Because you understand how this time and space seems so limited, which seems eternal almost. In fact, in science, until Einstein, it was taken as eternals, even in science. We didn't take it at any time as eternal. Okay. Yeah. So this consciousness now manifests through the thoughts is what you call as time. Or looked at through the thoughts is what we call time. Space. Space is the same. Tell me, how do you see space? How do you see space? With your eyes? But blind people also have an idea of space. I have a blind physiotherapist. Every day he travels about 15-20 kilometers on his own. True. Because nobody gives him a job. He's blind. Physiotherapy requires equipment. So he goes and treats people at home. Every day he's traveling 15 kilometers up and down. Blind, but he has a concept of space. Traveling by local transport, not a car or something. He's not being driven around. He's not well off enough for that. Because by local trains, can you do all that without being aware of space? So how do you see space? What sense organ do you use to see space? No sense organ. You see space the same way as you see your emotions. In Sanskrit, we call it Sakshi Vetyam. Known to the awarer, the witnesser, the Sakshi, directly without the necessity of a sense organ. How do you know you care for this person? My emotions, I know I like this person. I love this person. How do you know that? My thoughts, I see it. I see that there's love in my mind for this person. You see space in the same manner. That's why space is both inside and outside. It appears outside, but you see it inside, isn't it? Yeah. So space is an object of your awareness. It's again another mental construct. It seems very real, it seems very outside. It's projected by I, the consciousness, universally. Can that space limit me? Because space and time are closely related. In fact, it's the same thing. That's why in the Upanishads, when they talk about space, they won't mention time. When they mention time, they won't mention space. There is one continuum. How do you say is one continuum? Okay, simple experiential wise. Can you think of now without here? Then without there? Or here? Then here. Tomorrow, here. Here, 2 years back. There's always that time and place is always taken together. If you want in Stephen Hawking's language, Big Bang, first explosion. Then it's an expanding universe because an explosion is outward force. Time T1, space 1. Space expanded, time expanded. Space expanded, all expansion of time and space together. And Isaac Asimov has written about the collapsing universe. Right now it's expanding. So the expansive forces, the explosive forces is more than gravity. But gravity is there, acting as a speed breaker. After some time, what will happen? The explosive forces will be overcome. Gravity will start. Then what will become? Everything will collapse together to form the basis for the Big Bang for the next creation. Expanding, collapsing, expanding. Srishti, Pralaya. Same thing in Chandu Puranas. Not different. Not different. Yeah. Here mathematically put, there dialectically put. The only difference is how you express it. What is the language of expression? If you put it in simple terms, it's called dialectically expressed. If you put it in mathematics, it's called scientific. Yeah. But maths is a language. It's a meta language. That's all. It's another language. So that's all. So time and space are what? Something that doesn't affect you. The consciousness affects the body. Thank God. If I expand spatially a little bit, I want to contract it. Imagine being unlimited in spaces. Oh my God, please. I don't want it. That is fine. Not the body. Body better be limited. I mean, you may wish I was 5 kilos lighter or 5 kilos heavier or 3 inches taller. Well, that's all fine. Not more than that. You have to be unlimited. Like ask Karthik, if you don't mind me using you as an example, would you want to another 6 inches? No way.
I'll get into the NBA.
Yeah, someone else may want only a few inches will be nice, but not Karthik. Not him. You wouldn't want another 6 inches. Too much. Unless you want to be a professional basketball player.
Few millions.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. Yeah. But you're in the fighting forces. Wasn't your short height a disadvantage? Some places it was an advantage. Why? The enemy firing is on a small rock is enough for me to hide behind and fire back also. A bigger person requires bigger rock. Sometimes you don't get a bigger rock. What do you do then? Yeah, for me, a small rock is enough. So there are advantages, there are disadvantages. But that's also the body, mind, emotions. You, the consciousness, is objectifying all of it, unlimited by time and space. If you're unlimited, limitless, tell me, where is your lack of fulfillment coming from? Is there anything to make you feel unfulfilled? Lack of fulfillment is based on your finitude. It is based on my self-judgment that I'm a finite being. And I'm trying to improve the equipment. You're trying to upgrade your car. But however much you upgrade, the same traffic jam will stop you. You can upgrade if you want to. There's nothing wrong in upgrading. I want to upgrade my body. Fine. Go to the gym, work out, whatever. Works for you, works and upgrade. Emotionally, fine. Intellectually, fine. Situation, fine. But all that will not give you the fulfillment. It's fine to do all of that. And to be a billionaire, please be. Fine. Why? I'm very happy when my people become rich. Another place to say, Bhavati Viksham Dehi. Because I know now he's rich, he can contribute to Maharsh. So many students are going to study there. So I'm very happy when people become rich. I pray for their prosperity. Honestly, I do that. Everyone should become prosperous. Yeah. But the fulfillment doesn't come from that. Fulfillment comes from the lack you perceive. You're first. And that lack is the self-judgment I have made based on my body, mind, circumstances, like culture, religion. I mean, it is so funny. My first trip to UK, I think, was in 75. Yeah. Landed at Land's End. First port of call. We were there for a few days. So we sailors, we have one thing. First thing you go is to the Seamen's Club. Why? Because you get the information of what's happening in the town, everything. So there I met a person, a Punjabi. Those days in 75, how many Indians were there in UK? So you met another Indian, happy to meet him, After months out to see, you've been to Port Suez, Aden, all these places, and then now you're here. So you bonded over a cup of tea in this thing. And it turned out that he was a Pakistani sailor. 71, you are on opposite sides at the same place, probably firing at each other. 75, we're meeting in UK and we become friends. So nationality also is what? Doesn't really matter. No? Yeah, if the army calls up today, I'm ready right now to do what I can. But does it really matter? At the level of consciousness, at the level of functioning, of course it matters. So look at it. Now there are two things here. One has to be very clear about. One is functioning, which is important, but not really true. The self that I am is absolute reality. This is functioning. Functioning, play the role, you play the role. You're Indian, yeah. Okay, next time we meet, it'll be across the border. Okay, fine. Today we are friends. Tomorrow we may be enemies. Today we are enemies. Tomorrow you can be friends. So national identity, all those are self-judgments. Religious identity, self-judgment. Family identities. In India, it's strong. Khandan ki ijjat hai. The family identity becomes very strong. What happens here in the ultra-rich families, in India, it's common for every small family. Yeah. Religious identity, all this role playing. What are you? The limitless consciousness. Fulfilled. What role are you playing now? Right now? Monk, teacher. When I step out, friend, counselor. What? People relate to me at all. And it's so easy to relate at different levels once you know the real. If I know the real, the role does not limit me. If I don't know the real, the role is taken as though it is real. And then all the worry and the frustration of the role becomes mine. Just a role. As a parent with children like this, of course, is worrying. As a child, with parents like this, pain. As a husband, oh my God, problematic. As a wife, with a man like this, worry. I accept. I'm fair on both sides. I see the problem because I'm the outsider. Naturally, everything can be an issue. Nothing need be an issue. It's a role. Play the role. The script is yours. And the script has got a lot of elbow room in it. Lot of elbow room. Play the script. The role is important. Yeah, it's important. Nobody's saying it's not important. But it's not real. You want to say it's unreal? Yeah. But not non-existent. We have a term in Sanskrit for it. It is called mithya. Mithya means that which is not absolutely real. That which is functionally valid. We think when you listen to Vedanta, mithya is rope snake. Yeah, rope snake is mithya. What about the earth you're walking on? You're walking on a flat earth or a round earth? Earth is round, we all know that. No? That's reality. Then what about the flat earth? That's important. I can't walk on a round earth. Balancing on a ball. Walking on Bombay roads is a problem as it is, especially with the rainy season. You don't know where the hole is there. Nice, good roads. One rain, everything becomes pothole. There's no road. My village roads are better. So I better have a flat one. If on that also on a round, oh my God. Flat earth is functioning. Round earth is reality. Round earth comes into functioning when you're planning a course for the aeroplanes to fly. Then you'll take the distance and all into account. Otherwise, it doesn't take account. So similarly here, roles are my functioning. Reality is Ananda that I am. Great life. With the fullness and joy, I function. With the sense of fulfillment, I function. Now we are functioning for fulfillment. We are looking for fulfillment in everything that we do. And nothing gives you that fulfillment. Temporary it'll give you. First flush of joy when you got married, etc. Or you met a partner. Great sense of fulfillment. Until you started living with the guy. Then you divorce case going on. The judge asked the man, Why did you marry her? Oh, because she was strong, she was independent, she was beautiful. Why are you divorcing her? Because she's strong. She's independent. That is the truth. Can you handle the truth? One is functional, not absolutely real. Functional validity it has, but that's not the reality. That's just functional. Why do you say it's functional? A woman, one guy is waiting to get rid of her. When the divorce decree going to be signed, and when is the judge going to pass it? Other guy is waiting when she will be free so he can marry her. The whole thing is relative, so relative it is. Functioning, important, but relative. That is mithya. And what are you? Satyam, Tad Brahman, Aham Asmi. That limitless consciousness is me. So with this knowledge, you function. When we are functioning without the knowledge, it's a paradigm of insufficiency. I'm not. I want more out of life. When I am functioning with the knowledge, it's a paradigm of sufficiency. As myself, I'm a happy being. Then I can do whatever necessary. Yeah. You met somebody, you want to get married? Please go ahead, get married. Fine. Love is great. But mithya, remember that. There'll be times when you'll fight with the person. There'll be times of conflict. Swamiji, what times? All yeah. Children, great, have them, good. I'll be totally fulfilled on being a parent. Really? Wait until the terrible twos. What twos? 6 months, I don't know how many days I really slept in the night without getting up. I know because I brought up 2 pairs of nephews and nieces. My sister, when she delivered, first time mother, she's anxious. So the child would be crying. And the child has not stopped crying in the night. After half an hour, I'll knock on the door. Pass the kid. She'll keep you awake. Pass the kid. So I will sleep on the bed with pillows on either side so the kid doesn't roll off. The kid on my chest. So my heartbeat, I'm calm and peaceful. Kid picks it up. After some time, the kid is asleep. I am asleep. Only thing is I can't turn. That's all. Suppose I'm comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Remember? So what is uncomfortable about sleeping on your back? Nothing. It's good. Yeah. Early morning, my sister will suddenly get up. Oh my God, the kid is with my brother. What is happening? Young mothers are anxious. Come and find both of us are sleeping happily. So I know what it takes. I know how it can be demanding as well. Yeah. Great. Have your kids. There will be a lot of growth happening when you have a child. Yeah. Growth will happen. It'll teach you how to love without expecting too much in return. Not totally unconditional, but not expecting too much in return. Until the child grows up, then it becomes difficult. If it's out of fulfillment, none of it is a problem. If it is not out of fulfillment, everything is a problem. Because as a human being, you'll focus more on the problems than on the good things. It's natural. Why? Because you're a finite being. You're searching for fulfillment. So the problem is what is blocking. So it's natural to focus on the negative side because you're vulnerable. There's a lot of vulnerability in you. With this knowledge, you are vulnerable in the sense you're open to all types of emotions and experiences. But you're not vulnerable in terms of getting hurt and pain. It's all Ananda Baba. The pain, of course, is painful. Mithya. What's the problem? Something experiential. That it is something experiential, not serious. Nowadays in the world, we are taking experience as though it's absolute. It's an experience that comes and goes. No? But the whole media, marketing, everything is focused on experience. Previously, sold an apartment or a house talking about facts about the house and things. Like that. Now it's all about a great experience, great view, great this. It's a different experience altogether. It's a house here. Come on, what experience are you talking about? I have to convert it into a home. No, I'm buying a house. I'm not buying an experience. I'm buying. I will look for structural integrity. All those things I will be looking for. Yeah, that's important. What's the point if there's a nice view but it's on shaky ground? Then I'll become one with the view because the whole thing will collapse. Yeah. So this is the experience when you gain the knowledge, you're a fulfilled being. Then with that knowledge, you're functioning in the world. Great way to live. No? In fact, I will turn around and ask, is there any other way to live? You're living in joy and fulfillment, whatever the circumstances are. Now, I want to improve my circumstances. Do that. What's wrong with it? Experience. Yeah. How much time, effort you're willing to give for that? Now, as a student, you'll always have this question. How much time, effort? How much time, effort? That is a balance in life. You Samatvam yoga muchati. That balance in life is yoga. How much you can balance out both the needs of the family and society, and your needs are connected with that also, and the need for this knowledge and fulfillment. Keep both going. And before you know it, hey, it's all fine. How long did it take you? I don't know. 10 years, 15 years, a lifetime. Doesn't matter as long as you get it. You are a fulfilled being. And I'm not just saying this to encourage you. One of my students, some of you know him, Sahaya. Remember Sahaya? Uchad. Yeah. This man, he was a student of a great teacher called Swami Akhandananda. After Akhandanandaji's Samadhi, he came to me. He used to go around looking for teachers, and he came to me and said, now I found my second teacher. I don't have to go anywhere. So he studied with me for years. And the day he moved on, died, gets up in the morning, whatever that day is, he'll have the first cup of tea with his wife. That's a ritual that is going ever since he married her. By the way, she was his third wife, okay? One after the other, not simultaneously, one after the other. Yeah. One broke up, one died, the third one. Okay. So they have a cup of tea. So after that cup of tea, he said, I will go and lie down for some time. No, that's something he never does. Once he's up and about. He was in his 80s, but he's up and about. Late 80s. So his wife followed him into the bedroom, and the son looking at him, he also followed. And he lay down in his bed. Aham Brahmasmi. And he's gone. A human being with a business, with wife, kids, everything. But fulfilled being. Yeah. So I had students like this, it's fine. Commodore, Nisha must well remember Commodore. He was like that. He was my commanding officer in the Navy. 20 years after the 71 war, he became my student. Role reversal. He outran me by 30 years. I was a young trainee and he was a Commodore. He became my student. He was like that. He was admitted to the hospital and they had to do a tracheostomy for him, put a tube in. So when I went to see him in the hospital, he writes on a pad, can you believe it? I had to pay them. I had to pay them to get my throat cut. He can joke right there. Yeah. And once quietly asked him, Commodore, you know it's time to go. Why are you waiting? Because the Guru Sishya relationship with him was so open. Nothing. He said, my daughter, she has lost her husband, she has lost her brother. I'm the only man left in her life. She'll take some time to accept. So I'll help her with that. So in about 2 weeks, she came to an understanding that so she has to let go of the father. And then I got a call. I was just finished my class. I got a call saying, I think my dad is going. I said, I'm coming over. I said, Commodore, I'm here. Give a smile. Just this much his hands were here. Just this much he did. Just few minutes, he was gone peacefully. So all these people, I mean, we are talking about people who are gained the knowledge in this lifetime. One came from a business background. Sahaya. Sahaya was a Rasika of life. From Lucknow and that royal lifestyle, you're like that. Commodore came from the other end of discipline and this and the name. But both of them gained the knowledge from an ordinary teacher like me. Okay. I'm not some great popular all over the world. No, I'm a simple teacher. It doesn't matter. You know how to communicate. Your mind is ready. Everything works. It's that simple. So we've done the second verse also. We have 6 more sessions and 6 more verses. In fact, I'll spend time after the final class, some meditation, etc. We'll do that. By that time, more of this knowledge would have come in. Okay. Yeah. Good place to stop. Let's break for lunch. Om